Hello guys, in today's video let's talk a little bit about IAM, and basically we want to see how we can create a user in AWS and how we can have that user belong to a group. So the service I'm looking for is IAM. You can search for IAM, it's right here, or I can find it by going to security, identity and compliance, and I can find it right there. So I'm in the service. The first thing I'm trying to do is create a group. I'm going to create a group. I'm going to call the group test group. And I'm going to attach the policy. For this case, I'm just going to attach administrator access to the group. Then I'm going to create a group. Now the group exists. If I click on it, you can see that the group is defined and it's created just now. And if I click on the group, I can see that the permissions attached to the group are this one. Okay. And if I want to learn more what that is about, I can click that plus button and I'll see exactly what the access level is for that, for the policy. Now let's go create a user. I want to create a user that should belong to that group. So basically, this user is going to be able to do what that group is allowed to be able to do. Okay, so let's create a user. Click on create user, username. I'm going to call that test user. In this scenario, I want the user to be able to have access to the console, to this console that I have access to. So I'm going to provide the user that access. And I just want to create an IAM user in this case. Okay. Console password. I will go with auto-generated password in this scenario. And then I want for the user to be able to create their own new password when they sign in. Okay. So that is that. Next. So I can add the user at this point to the group that I created a few minutes ago. That group was test group. Permission boundary, I'm not worried about that for right now. So I will, and of course you can see from here as well, you could attach a policy directly to the user even from right here. Okay. But we're good with just having the user belong to the group for right now. Next. I'm just going to add a tag. I'm just going to say, let me just say group and group, test group. You can add as many tags as you want. And now I'm going to create a user. The tags is actually optional. Don't really worry about it. Okay. So this is how I can be able to log in to the console as this user, right? You can see there is a console sign-in URL that's generated here for me. I have the username and the console password right here. So if this was something something that I was creating for some user, I can actually email them the sign-in instructions from right here. Or I can download this CSV file actually to my system. And then if I have the CSV file, I can be able to use it, right? So in this case, I just want to show you how you can log in now, to the console as this user. Okay. So let me show you how you can log in as that user. I'll just open a private window and close this one. There. I will grab this sign-in URL and dump here. And then the username is this. You can dump that there as well. The password is this. I'm just going to grab that and dump there. And then I'm going to sign in as that user. So you see, I'm prompted to create a new password. The old one is this one, and the new password is, let's say, I just want to put something like so. Confirm. So I've created a new password. And now I'm logged in as that user, as a user that I created right now. And I have access to exactly what is allowed by the permissions that belong to the group I created earlier on. I can see here that I'm a test user to that account. Okay. So here we go. So I'm logged in. I'm that user. So with that, guys, you've seen how to create an IAM user. And if I wanted to delete that user, um, I will simply just go to my account. We cancel this. And if I selected the user, I can just delete that user from right here. Test user. The user is gone. So keep in mind, you want to follow some best practices when creating IAM users. And AWS has some good documentation for you here. If I go to the service right here, and you see there is some documentation here, IAM documentation, but also you can see the security best practices in IAM. If I click on that, you can see there's quite a pool of good stuff for you to read here. I encourage you to read this because, giving access in the wrong way or to the wrong person, can really bring a lot of harm to the account, right? So you can read that out. And if you want to read more about IAM, there is a documentation right here and with tons of notes and good stuff as well for you to go through. Of course, there's also videos, blogs, and posts and additional resources that AWS does very good job to actually put those together for us to consume. So now you know. Stay safe and see you in the next one.